Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chantelle and I guess as of today I am an artist. About 2 months ago I decided that I wanted to try and pursue a career as an artist. So this is very fresh. It's my first time with my face actually on my channel. Today I'm going to be covering where I'm at, how I feel becoming an artist as this is kind of my first day, how much it's cost to get to this point, how I plan to make money as an artist and an art career, the social media that I'm focusing on and how I plan to grow, where I want to be and whether I'm doing enough for my mental health. As it's day one, everything is completely fresh in my mind, so hopefully if you're going through something similar or considering starting an art career, then this might be helpful. Quick rundown of my background. I always really enjoyed creating art and I did it in school, but then I never pursued it any further. When COVID hit, as it affected all of us, I was a key worker, but I couldn't do anything in my time off. So I got back into painting and I really enjoyed it. I have no formal background in the arts, so I literally was just watching YouTube channels. Watercolor is what I enjoyed the most, so that quickly became my main medium. I think it's important to note that even if you're starting a new career and it's something that you really enjoy, it is terrifying. It's a big jump, it's a big leap, it could fail. Any kind of small business or change in your career, it's a big risk. So to get to this point, my biggest expenditures were Photoshop, which I just don't think there's anything else on the market that's at the same level as Photoshop. So I did take the plunge and I bought Photoshop. The second biggest expenditure for me was buying the mounts, backing board and acid-free cellophane bags that all of the originals and commissions will be shipped in. I think half of the reason that it costs so much is because generally they have to be bought in bulk. And there were lots of other expenditures as well, like the envelopes, the business cards. If you're interested in a video of how much I spent on like business cards, envelopes, everything, just let me know because I looked around and I got everything as cheap as possible. Next is a super important point. How am I planning to make money? So for me, I came up with 3 main income streams and then some passive income streams. There's lots of different income areas you could go to. You could do Patreon, online courses, art fairs, galleries, freelance, sponsors. There's lots of different forms of income you can choose. But I think it's important to have the 3 main so you know where you're putting your energy and that you're putting it into the right avenues. My top 3 were YouTube AdSense, which is a very big goal considering where I'm at, considering I've got so few watch hours. I'm nowhere near becoming monetized or anything, and this is my first video with my face, so I know how far in advance that may seem. Now that I've chosen YouTube as one of my goals, I know that I can put the effort into creating content, editing slightly better. I know that that could become an income stream for me. I know that it's worth me putting my effort and time into because it could turn out to be one of those income streams. And obviously I enjoy it. I enjoy the photography and the editing and I love all of that side of it. If from the beginning you put your time in the right areas, you will save time in the long run. Then I split it up by short-term and long-term goals. The short-term is to the end of this year and the long-term is to the end of next year. Remember, we're not going to create a career overnight. It's very unlikely that that's going to happen unless you went viral and just exploded, but you can't rely on that. So for the YouTube income stream, by the end of this year, I would like to become monetized. By the end of next year, I think there's a potential of making £800 to £1,000 a month. The second income stream for me is commissions. By the end of this year, I would like to have a goal of 3 commissions per month. I think that could possibly be doable, but obviously I opened up like yesterday, so I haven't had any commissions through. Obviously by the end of next year, I don't know which one of these is going to be first, second, third, but I think feasibly I could get out about 8 commissions a month. The third income stream is original pieces. I do think there's more money in commissions, but I would hope to be able to sell like 2 of my original pieces a month by the end of this year. By the end of next year, hopefully that could be about 5 original pieces a month. The passive income streams I've chosen are Redbubble and affiliate marketing. I had a really good first month on Redbubble and now it's just plateaued. I don't know if it's to do with summer starting or what, so obviously passive income, it isn't secure. You don't know what you're going to be getting each month and sometimes it can just absolutely stop. If you can have a couple of passive incomes in the background as you're starting your career and your 3 mains, I think that's a really good plan. Next is social media. I think the biggest point here is to choose 2 socials that you're going to be most active on. So TikTok was my number one, and then I was kind of doing Instagram, but I am definitely moving on to YouTube to take over the Instagram slot. The biggest reason for this, which I kept telling myself, is you need to be active on social media, and you can split it out. So I had a TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter. The Twitter I pretty much don't do, and Pinterest I've really toned down. In order to grow, you need to be super active, and you can't do it on every social media, as well as creating art and editing and doing the other free streams that you've chosen. So I think it's really important to just choose 2 socials, because I made the mistake a couple of months ago of just getting burnt out by trying to post on everything but not being super active and consistent on any of them. When it comes to how I plan to grow on my social medias, okay, so on my TikTok I gain about 15 followers a day, which isn't tons, but I'm not a big account, so it's really hard to grow in those early stages. My content plan is to post at least 3 times a day on TikTok, 2 Instagram posts a week and 3 reels, and 1 YouTube video a week. When I first joined TikTok, I had no clue the level at which you had to post, and make sure that like the 3 posts I do a day on TikTok are like they have an hour in between them and that kind of thing. Another key point here is when I come up with the name that I was going to use for my art business, I made sure that it was available on most of the socials that I wanted to use, because I don't think it's helpful having like lines and dots and slightly different variations on different socials. It's a bit of a compromise. Ideally, I probably would have gone for a different name, but I had to go for something that was available on most of the socials that I wanted to do, so that's how I came up with my name. How do I get to where I want to be? It's good to have goals, but at the end of the day, there is no certainty. The biggest step for me right now is being open for commissions, ready to take commissions, creating original art, creating YouTube videos and TikTok content, and just trying to grow my socials. There are things in place that I can do to improve, like having a good quality camera, good lighting, trying to come up with fresh new ideas. But at the end of the day, a lot of it is just chance. Am I having enough time for my mental health? Probably not. It is difficult to change a career. It's a big decision. Now I've got to this point where I'm open for commissions, I have a functioning website, my social media is at a decent point. I do think I'm going to try and take a step back and actually take a day off a week, which I haven't been doing. At the beginning, I was very much like, I would like this many followers after this long and this many subs after this long, but they are not in my control. It's understanding that the only thing that I can really do is post a certain number of times that's quite good quality content and just hope that it gains exposure. At the end of the day, I can't control how many followers I'm going to gain. I think there's no point setting goals that are out of your control. At the end of the day, you can only do so much. Okay, I'm losing my voice. I just touched on websites. Mine is free. It's not great, but it's a really good starter. So let me know if you're at all interested in how I did that and saved money. So that's where I'm at. I'm beginning my art career, and I think I've kind of got the foundations of something. So at least I'm managing my time quite well. And hopefully, you never know, something might come of it. I hope so. I'm currently taking the plunge, so you can see whether it works or not for me. Let me know if this was at all helpful for you, if you're considering something similar, if there's anything else that you would like me to talk about a bit more. I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe. I'd love if you could follow me over on my TikTok as well, where I'm most active. Stay tuned, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.